Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all-S chassis episode of the Collector Car Feed podcast. With me today are Atlas and Netgear. We take a look at some recent infamous 240SX auctions on Bring a Trailer and a few from Facebook Marketplace. Enjoy.
All right, look, this is ridiculous.
It gets worse. I have other Bring a Trailer ones pulled up. But this is the newest sale. This one bid to $18,001 on December 1st, 2020.
You think the dude lost by $1?
The part that makes me the most mad about this is that didn't even meet a reserve.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am so mad about that.
It didn't sell, yeah.
You have to be kidding me. You had a reserve and it was more than 15 grand on a 240SX?
51,000 miles shown. LSD, it's an SE, it's a nice color combination, it's very clean. You know, it's very nice, but 18 grand isn't enough? Like, it's a KA. It's not an import. It doesn't have an SR. What are we doing?
Right. This is barely a desirable S chassis right here.
What color is it? Is it black or green?
It's that. They got the actual name of it, but yeah, it's that dark green. It's pretty rare. Let's see.
It's a beautiful car. I think
juniper
if
green
anything,
metallic.
I disagree with Atlas. I think that's probably the most desirable U.S. spec S chassis.
Oh, and that's another thing. It's US spec. You gotta be kidding me. This isn't even imported.
I understand, the anger about how much these have skyrocketed in value, but, I see it as I do see it as a desirable car. It's just, it's not this desirable. It's not $18,000 or more desirable to me.
No. It $18,000 and I turn my nose up at it. Oh, it's brown interior? What?
Yeah, but brown with the juniper green, kind of cool.
Is the dash a different color?
For 18 grand, it needs to have Type X Aero or an SR.
It's the same color.
It needs to have either or.
Okay.
Well, now you're talking about making it non-OEM.
No, I know, and I'm not saying no, and I'm definitely not saying that. You need to add those things on. For 18 grand, it better have come with a factory SR or something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, okay, so there's this one, $18,000 and didn't sell. Absolutely insane. We all agree on that. But then, look at this one, $32,000, and it's sold.
I wrote an entire article on why this sucks.
Which will be up at the time of posting this. And this one had more miles.
And in my opinion, the less desirable.
Yeah.
Literally
body,
undesirable.
The less desirable bumper, the less desirable motor.
Not even less desirable. The whole thing is undesirable. It's automatic. It's North American. Look at those wheels.
Is it
those
auto? I don't think
wheels.
it's auto. I think it's a stick.
I thought it was an auto.
There's a million pictures of this thing. Hold on. No, it's a stick.
No, it's stick. It's stick.
All right. So, all right. Well, wow. One strike out of the rest.
And it has the lip. It has the factory lip.
Yeah, those are cool. I put one of those on my Chukey S13. It didn't fit. It's all stretched out in the middle.
Classic kid move.
Yeah. I was 19. It looked like ass. What is this?
It looks like maybe it has wiring for fog lights, aftermarket fog lights or something.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can see there was something mounted under there. On the bottom, see the two black things?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it had some sort of fog lights on there. I can't believe how much these are going for. It's absolutely insane. What the hell? Okay, teardrops, KA24E, pig nose, it's not even, it's not even the first year, it's the second year.
There is nothing special about this car. Nothing.
It's all stock. That's what's special about it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty.
That's the thing.
You can't deny it's not a pretty car.
Yeah.
This is probably a direct quote from the article that I wrote about it, but it is a miracle that this thing does not have cut fenders and has been slammed into a wall at least once.
Yeah, and that's what makes it a desirable car. It's completely stock. It doesn't even look like it has any dents or anything on the sides from being in parking lots. Well, there's some scrapes, but It's not bad. It's not 32 grand. That's absurd.
No, definitely not.
But
it's a very nice 240.
yeah, it's just, man, what happened? Like, this is crazy. This is like approaching what NSXs cost 10 years ago, you know? Like, it's...
I think it may have been in the comments of this, but I remember, or I don't really remember where I read it. But the buyer said, "Oh, it was a passion buy." You know what I mean? Like, likely he had one and had fond memories of it, and was gonna get the car no matter what.
Yeah. It just blows my mind, man. Like, that's almost new 370Z money, which, you know, that would be a stupid buy, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the buyer had some connection to this specific car because maybe he had one, or his mom had one, or his dad had one.
mhm.
You know, there was something there, and he was buying that connection, is what it you know.
Yeah.
And that's how it is with cars.
No, and that's
What is that?
Christ. My cat.
Is he just destroying your house?
You have no idea.
Roy TSM bought it. All the comments are just like, I can't believe that this went for this kind of money.
Because it's insane.
My original budget was 20,000. You know how these things go.
Oh, look right there. This was the first car I ever owned. Same color, model, trim, etc. Met my wife in this car, and my brother crashed it.
Will not be a drifter. Yeah, no kidding. Can you imagine drifting a $30,000 S13?
Yeah.
But
no,
here's the thing,
what he meant was that he's not going to drift it because it has a single cam.
Can't break the tires loose.
Do you think this dude is gonna drive this car though? All right, so put yourself in his shoes. You just paid 32 grand for some nostalgia.
If he paid 32 grand for this car, he can afford to put it in the shop.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. Like, are you gonna drive this car, or are you just gonna sit in the garage and listen to your cassette tape recording of? I don't know.
No, he's gonna drive it for sure.
He'll drive it to Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, it's not like these two. As much as people on the internet like to say, 240SXs are unreliable, they're reliable. The unreliable ones are from dumbass kids that don't take care of them.
Yeah. I had to fix mine like every single weekend, but that was because I bought one with 200,000 miles on it. It was a piece. But like this thing, it's gonna be fine. It's just, man, it just blows my mind, which I've said several times at this point. But here's some other ones.
We didn't get a lot of S13s in Detroit. We had a lot of guys that bought like factory stuff, so I didn't see a lot of these.
They used to be everywhere, and they've all been killed. So,
I mean, yeah.
That's why you have ones like this, which is a resto mod, I guess, is what you'd call it at this point. They are old. It is a 30-year-old car. But this went for way too much. This one made me mad. Yeah, 20 grand, and it's sitting on, these are not TE37s, these are Rota grids.
Knockoffs.
Yeah.
You could likely build that car for less.
Oh yeah. It's a Type X kit. It looks like it's OEM. I'm sure that if we read the description, it would say this is an OEM kooky front bumper. I think the side skirts are fiberglass.
And then it's all ISR.
Yeah. And then what are these? S15 seats? Yeah, big old list of ISR stuff.
Yeah. No, S15 seats.
Yeah. NRG wheel. Oh, no, it's got a personal wheel. You know, it's like, it looks clean. It's just, it's not made out of exactly expensive parts. And then again, it's a single overhead cam.
It doesn't have it where it counts. Yeah, it's a single cam.
Yeah. It's just, damn, dude. Like, what is going on?
And I think we talked about this in the Discord, but that's like, that to me is some kid convinced his dad, like, oh dad, this is my dream car. That's exactly how I would build it. I want it. Like some kid that watches YouTube.
Yeah, some kid that was going to get like a Sentra as his first car, which is about the same price, but then talked his dad into buying this thing instead.
Yeah, it's perfect, Dad.
Is that front bumper Type X too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not. Okay, so the deal is 90.
I don't know enough about it.
It's like 96 to 98 or 94 to 98 is the kooky 180SX.
Right.
And then Type X is like, I think it's just a package on top of that like adds this lip. I think that's the deal.
The lip and the tail lights and the wing, doesn't
that
it?
might be right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some angry dudes are gonna comment about what exactly it is, because if you say Type X, like, it makes people mad.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get ahead of that, because
yeah, but it's like, I don't care. Like, everyone knows that's as Type X, and that's just the easier way to say it.
And I love the way the Type X
Yeah.
looks. This is a cool looking car. It's just holy crap. What is going on, man? I mean, this isn't even like new. Like, this was done and then shipped to hell.
Like it was driven.
Yeah. I mean, good, but unbelievable. But then I have a couple more. So that's it for Bring a Trailer. There's this one. $8,500 1991 240SX SE Coupe 2-door. White. 61,000 original miles. Not bad. The description is super rare Japanese car, pristine condition 240SX, been garage kept all its life, body is basically perfect, interior phenomenal shape, non-smoker car, mechanically sound, 9,000 or best offer. And if you look at it, yeah, it's really clean. It's an automatic. I just, even seeing those other cars, I can't believe that this is an $8,500 car. I actually contacted this guy and offered him $6,000 because I think that would be worth it. And he said he has somebody coming to look at it for $8,500. So we'll see how long this lasts.
He'll sell it. He'll sell it for $8,500.
You think so?
That's a nice car.
I think he will.
Like it's a nice car, but man, it's so much money.
It is, but then you look at the listings. I mean, you 5-speed swap this and stick it on Bring a Trailer, and it's double your money.
Buy the other nice one for $3,000.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. This thing.
What?
All right, so we've got a 1991 coupe.
Now on the surface,
Mhm.
you see this, right, and you're like, "Oh, 6,000. That's a coupe. Oh yeah, it looks good."
First of all,
Then you
it's
go-
not 99,999 miles. This thing is going to have like 200K on it. I can see a dent already right behind the driver door. All right.
Oh, bodywork.
I don't see bodywork, but I do see some burnt up paint here. I do see the original pinstripe. Like, I mean, it doesn't look that bad yet. All right, the wing's missing.
And then you see, he took the wing off. Okay.
Got the
So
side marker missing.
like he took the wing off. That doesn't bode well.
Yeah, he's the kind of person that deletes things to modify his car. He's got the roof rack on for his BMX bike.
What?
Oh, this paint looks messed up on the door. Yeah, I like these pictures that are from a mile away and blurry so that you can't really see exactly what's going on.
Right. What kind of fitment is that? Good God, those wheels.
Yeah, those are 350Z Grand Touring, yeah. You can see that he put spacers on his hood for probably no reason.
That doesn't bode well.
Also, the front bumper is hanging off. It's not properly attached here.
That gap is a mile wide.
Yeah, all this stuff has been off for some reason or another. All right, what's it say? Oh, this is why, because it probably has a front mount. Project card, not professionally built and not done, but it is sketchy and it's pretty fast. Looks like it's a KAT build. It's got CP pistons, Carrillo rods, head studs, 248, 240 cams, which I think is like you put like 2 exhaust cams in it or something. I can't remember all this stuff. And neither can he. He doesn't remember what clutch, spare head included.
It's probably what's that XTD or whatever, the eBay clutch.
Yeah, it's probably like an XTD Stage 6 or some bullshit.
Yeah,
It's got
unsprung.
This is all right. So listen, this guy's definition of sketchily built and pretty fast is way different from mine, and I own several FCA products.
Blah blah blah. Goal was 500 horsepower. It might be close. So this has never been on a dyno. It's a built KAT that's never touched a dyno or a tuner.
It might be close.
It's
a pretty big might.
Yeah. The interior is shot. and has. I like these 180SX seats. I really do.
That's the only redeeming
It's
factor.
the only redeeming factor in here at all.
But also, it's 180SX seats in a fucking coupe.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
This looks like he spent more time painting the valve cover than anything else. Look at this Dookie Weld.
What? That's
This
JB
car-
Weld.
This car
It
is a
does look like
perfect
JB Weld.
example- This car is the perfect example of someone destroying a car. If he touched it and left it stock, it would have been worth $6,000 all day.
Yeah, or more.
But he just
but
he put money into it to make it worth less.
Look at this. Look at the angle on this.
Conglomeration.
That looks like it was built by Damian Monti.
That looks like it was built by some fop doodle you hired off of Craigslist.
It's got a Koyo rad. There's some money in here. That's about it.
The seats and the radiator.
Yeah. Dude,
That steering wheel, ugh.
what a mess. Yeah, but like the body's beat. Like it's not worth it.
It's okay. It's okay, body.
It's okay if you were building a drift car, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that's what this kid was trying to do.
But like aren't we past
I
the
didn't even
point?
pay attention. Did it have a hydro? Because that's all it's missing.
It does not have a hydro.
That's all it's missing.
Are we past the point of people building drift cars out of these though? Because they're like pricing themselves out of the market.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there because
I was thinking about that earlier too, right? Like especially as S13s just go up in value. What's gonna be the new like box drift car?
Z33, 100%.
yeah,
I
350Z.
mean, it's gotta be.
You can get a 350Z for like $2,000. Like they're the price that S13s were 15 years ago. For, you know, a high mileage box one, but yeah, I mean, this is a mess. It almost looks nice, but it's not.
Yeah, it's a huge miss, and you see what's happening with S13s is that they're changing hands to people as the price goes up. They're changing hands. They're changing hands from the, I guess, less affluent to the more affluent people,
Right.
and they're never going to change hands back, and that's going to keep the prices high.
That's kind of how all of this stuff from around 30 years ago is going, though. Like, MR2s shot up in the last year or two. I can't think of anything else immediately. Supras have been absurdly expensive since forever.
Yeah, Skylines.
Yeah, and I'm sure Netgear will agree with me here. But the same thing happened 30 years ago to people our age, right? Like Camaros and Mustangs and everything like that.
Yeah.
The same thing had to have happened. I just don't think people were, I don't know, as aware of it as they are now.
Yeah, because it is. They're the parallels. The parallels are uncanny. People would buy old, box muscle cars because they were plentiful and they were cheap, and then they take them to the drag strip, beat the fuck out of them, and run them as fast as they can. But there came a point where the prices they got priced out. Those drag strip people got priced out.
Yeah.
So you can't, they had to go on to something else. You can't keep building these old cars because they're worth too much money now.
Well, and here's the interesting thing too. I definitely want to know, and I'm sure it could be found with enough internet research, is how many cars existed then, right? Like how many Camaros and Mustangs existed in ratio to S13s and shit.
There were a lot of S13s.
There were a lot, yeah.
It's just drifting took over and destroyed. Yeah, it's probably like paralleling like the number of people that die in the world every minute. You know, like it's crazy how fast these were destroyed in the 2000s.
And so that's the interesting thing, though, right? And I do want to know. I'm gonna have to genuinely ask somebody that was alive during that time because they're way older than we are. Like, did you see a bunch of Mustangs and Camaros that, like, some of them shot up in value, but to you they were like a $2,000 box? I really want to know.
Mustangs especially so, because I remember even as when I was in high school, junior high and high school, probably like late 90s, early 2000s, Mustangs were, I consider those dime a dozen cars.
Oh yeah.
Especially straight six ones. It's like, oh yeah, you can buy a 67, 68 Mustang with a straight six all day for $2,000 or $3,000.
They were
Netflix
everywhere.
cars. Yeah, they
Right,
were so
right.
plentiful.
And I gotta imagine, like, I really want to get somebody's take on that. That was, us, but 30 years ago.
It feels like Mustangs really never took off the way that this kind of stuff is doing, though. Like,
No, and that's it. Like, trying to draw a comparison to any car of that era, right? Like, the only thing that comes to mind to me is you always hear the boomers talk about Bel Airs, right?
yeah, that was the ultimate boomer car. The
Right,
57 Bel Air shot up to like 100 grand for a nice one.
Exactly. And like is this the Bel Air of our generation? Like, legit.
No, I'd say I'd put it closer. I'd put it closer to a
Supra.
Like
Like
Novas were big
Camaro.
too, right? Like
I think
Nova,
the
69
I think the
Camaro.
S13 is the 69 Camaro.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a real SS or a Z28 or something.
An SS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good comparison, I think.
I think that the Bel Air of our time is the Mark IV Supra.
Yes. I 100% agree with that.
Because they already shot up in value and they're never coming down. Like, it's just this mythic car that people are just chasing still.
No, I think the Mark IV Supra is the Hemi Cuda.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's the Bel Air? Like, what's
the
what's a
probably
cruising
the 886.
A cruising
the 886
Halo car. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. How many people you think watched Initial D though?
A surprising number.
The prices don't lie, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not outrageous.
I've legit not looked, to be honest.
The prices aren't outrageous for the 86, but for what it is, they are outrageous.
Yeah.
And also, Tri-5 prices I think they've kind of stagnated because the older crowd is kind of dying off, and the people that buy them are dying off.
For years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our dads essentially have already gotten their high school cars, and they're not looking to buy anything else.
Yeah.
Like, it's our turn.
And I think 60s cars, muscle cars, they have a lot higher of a universal appeal, where the Tri-5 cars are like you had to be there kind of cars.
Yeah.
And that's why I draw the parallel between the 86 and the 57.
For real, like, I'm not from that generation, but I love the way that like late 60s muscle or not muscle but like pony cars all look. And you look at like 50s stuff and it's all like it's just boomer shit. Like I don't like the way they look.
Like the fucking 58 Impala, like
yes,
yeah.
It's just huge and unwieldy. But then and that was part of it too. Like, all right, we're gonna get a little nerdy here, but like that was part of it. Was these were all guys that they were the baby boomers' kids. They were tired of driving their dad's giant iron sled around. So all these OEMs, especially in Detroit, were like, we need to build two-door sporty cars so these kids can get out. And that's where the Mustang and the Camaro came in.
Yeah.
And the GTO.
Yeah, the GTO too, for sure.
Okay. One more 240, I think. There might be one more. Hold on. Okay, one more 240. This one, 95 Nissan 240SX. It's $12345.
Oh,
that's never a good sign.
It's been listed for 13 weeks. It has
Are those three pieces?
No, we'll get there. 83,000 miles on it, manual transmission. Please note that this looks like it's an S15, right?
Yeah.
Aggressive, drift-ready, right-hand drive S15 Silvia, where once it was started its life as a 95 S14 LHD, now an S15.4.
I too took college English.
Just from that first sentence, I wouldn't fuck that thing with your dick.
Before I go any further, this car has a salvage title. Due to 240s, if there is a scratch, they will put a salvage stamp on it. So if you think you can talk me down, I will ignore you. Fitments...
R/I am badass.
I am very badass. Fitments was to do a Rocket Bunny, but haven't got to it yet. Don't hate on it. These things take time to finish. First picture is how it sits right now. It took 5 years to get this monsters to where I wanted. So I'm not looking for someone that's going to try to lowball me or just take this from me. I'm not hurting for money, and I sure hell will not let anyone just test drive this. Cash will be in my hands before any test drive. Reason why, this is my baby. And second, it's fast, and I've got a lot of money and time into it, and I'm not just going hand keys to anyone. For more details, shoot me a message. $30,000.
What?
Close to 45 to 50,000 invested. This is an S14 that somebody threw Bondo at, and it's 30 grand.
What?
Now,
You could buy a real S15 for that.
Yeah, right.
I know.
All right, no, I got so many problems with this.
I wish I'd started on this picture because this one actually kind of looks like it's an S15. Like the back end, not bad. But then you just start looking at it. You see what he did to the quarter window. You see this giant bullshit wide body thing.
Fender. It's not it.
Honestly,
there's no contour.
Honestly, it's not horrific. It's just, it's gross. It's an S14 that somebody just did all this body work to. It's
look at those wheels, man.
He said
Mexa flush.
Ugh,
yeah.
that Ryan Turek stance.
Yeah, it's that Turk stance. But he said he wanted to put a body kit on it, or a Rocket Bunny kit, so that would cover this nonsense. But God, also, I don't even know what to start. Look at the driver's side, how much it's sticking out. Look at the passenger side, how it's flush.
There's no over fender.
What?
There's no look at that gas tank door. There's
no
way.
There. No way. He had spacers in that other picture. If it's like that in real life, Jesus.
Yeah, but look at that gas tank door. If there was an over fender there, that gas tank door would be inset. There's no over fender.
He's got some sort of like
hold that fender out.
Yeah, this whole thing is wide body. It's way wider than an S14
Quote,
would be.
Unquote wide body.
Yeah. I mean, all right, we've got a black top in here. You know, I'm not sure what these wheels are, but I'll bet they're expensive.
They're ugly.
They are heinous looking. The whole thing is awful. Like we got a hood dump. God. Ready blow off valve, ISR water pump. We've seen enough. It's Mishimoto radiator.
All right, so and here's the major thing that I have with this. If this car is this guy's baby, it is clearly not if you've got it listed for sale. If it is your baby, there's a forum build thread for this somewhere where you're just like straight circle jerking yourself.
If this is your baby, CPS needs to show up. This is awful.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, he's out of his mind. You can buy a real S15 for $30,000.
Yeah.
Man, Jesus.
And how long until those come in here? Like, were they 98 model year?
99 or 2000.
I think 99.
The S14 last year was 98 for us. I just don't know when the first year was for them. But either way, I mean, it's a couple years.
Else, we were like a year behind.
Yeah. But we're only a couple years away from being able to import a real S15 legally.
Yeah.
So he needs to dump this now before that happens.
So he can actually buy his real S15.
Right.
Yeah, because he's gonna look like a fucking idiot when he pulls up to Cars and Coffee trying to flex.
Yeah.
And a real S15 pulls up.
Imagine when you pull up to Cars and Coffee in 2024 in your fake S15. Like, you're just gonna get laughed off the lot. I just wanted to take a look at this nightmare. This is probably the biggest nightmare car that I've found this week. But yeah. Anyway.
It's a piece of shit.
Yes. That's going to do it for this episode of Collector Car Feed Podcast. Thanks to our sponsors, H Genuine. That's h-genuine.com. Use offer code FEED at checkout for a special offer. And Outworld Systems for all your refurbished electronic needs. Outworldsystems.com. Links are in the description. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.